Yes, yes, the beard is gone. Let's get over that and talk about reminders of him. My expectations coming in, I didn't have any. And that's not because I wasn't excited for this movie. It's not because I didn't know about the movie. It's a little bit because I didn't know about the movie. But it's because I hadn't read the book. It's based on a book by Colleen Hoover, who's made multiple movies. Like It Ends With Us is one of those movies, which has a lot of controversy right now. So hopefully this one isn't like that. But I haven't read the book. So I had no expectations going in because I didn't have any source material from before to build my expectations. I just saw a film that I thought looked okay. And I'm like, yeah, why not? So I went in with pretty zeroed expectations. And it wasn't bad. Like, it's not a bad movie. It's very, very invested in the world building. Trying to catch us up on a history of characters that we really don't know about in such a short amount of time. Because you gotta think, like, we're in Kenna's however many years. I don't know how old she is. I don't know if they ever say how old she is in this film. But Kenna's got a daughter. Her husband, boyfriend, fiance is dead. His family hates her. Like, there's a lot of life that we haven't seen, and they're trying to show us all of that life in a 2-hour span. It's kind of difficult, but this movie did it well. So obviously I gave you like a little bit of a short description of what the film is about, but I'm going to give you more of a more fleshed out if you don't know what the film is about. It's about Kenna, who just got out of prison because she was put in prison for a vehicular manslaughter charge for driving while under the influence, which ended up in her boyfriend's death. 6 years have passed, her daughter's been born, and she's trying to get her life back into order. So there's a lot of emotion in this film. Who is this movie for? It's for the people who love romance movies. It's the people who read the book. And it's for people who just love an emotional tale. And this one does it very well. There's a lot of good pros in this film. The acting is pretty solid. Like, it is really good acting. You got, is it Mika Moore from It Follows? She's in that. She did really well in this. I don't know his name, but he's from the one movie with Marlon Wayans that we did. Him. I don't know his name, but they show so much emotion. They show so much charisma, so much chemistry is the word I'm looking for. Chemistry. But yeah, they show a lot of chemistry. And now, obviously, like, they're actors. They're meant to do well. But my boy from Him killed it better than Mika Moore. Like, Mika Moore's a great actress, but my boy killed it. He's solid in this film. He's great. He plays so many different emotions so well. He really, really got into this character. Now let's talk about some of the cons in this film. The story runs a little bit long. And like I said earlier, it's because that they're trying to flesh out so much life in a 2-hour span. This film is just under 2 hours or so. So they're trying to flesh out so much of that life in such a short time. But they do, like, the whole first half of the film, like, I want to say probably a whole hour of the film is understanding why Kenna is in the situation she's in, what she's trying to do now, where, like, how her story is going to progress. So the whole first hour is very, very world building, very, very slow, and it kind of drags a little bit, it feels like. So that's a little bit of an issue, but when you get to that second half of the film where it takes it where it needs to go, and you realize you needed this first half, you understand why it needed to go so slow, because this next half is like, crazy stuff after crazy stuff after crazy stuff. Like, everything just hits off perfectly. Now, I'm going to drop some spoilers real quick, so if you haven't read the book or if you haven't seen the movie yet, please just get out of here, come back later, pause, whatever you got to do. I'll give you a few seconds. All right, that's enough for you guys. I wasn't surprised that they obviously ended up together. Like, the whole film, like, from the first scene where they're in together, you felt like, oh yeah, they're gonna end up together, and they do it. They make it obvious that they're gonna end up together. Like, there's no surprise there. The way they get together is very will they, won't they, which is kind of nice. And then not only that, like, there's a lot of different, like, there's like a friendship build, but then like it goes straight to love, straight to lust, like craziness. So it's not bad. This film is very, very emotional. It's a very touching story, actually. Like, there's a lot of I was bawling my eyes out through a lot of this movie because you feel for Kenna trying to get her life back together. You feel for the guy. I already forgot his name. He's got a very unique name in this film. But you feel for the guy trying to do what's right for the daughter and do what's right for the family, but also try to do what's right for Kenna. So he's playing both sides of the field and trying to find a middle ground. And it's very emotional, very touching. Like, it's a very, very beautiful story. Did the cast have fun? I think the cast had a blast doing this. Like, there are a lot of, like I said, very touching emotional elements in this, but it seems like the cast did have some genuine enjoyment out of this. Like, there are some sleeper characters in this, like the one little girl from the apartment building where Kenna was hanging out who kept calling the guy the jerk. Like, there's some genuine, like, fleshing out and enjoyment out of these characters. Like, you could see, like, there's actually a lot of fun to be had from this film. All right. We did it with the last one. We're going to do it with this one. The standout moment of this film. It's hard to pick just one standout moment because there are a couple of moments where you think this is where the movie is going to change. This is where the movie is going to take a crazy turn. But I think the one that you're going to think of first when you think this movie is finally getting somewhere where it's going to go crazy is the scene we're at his house where it's not fully built yet and the dad walks in on them after obviously just doing the dirty. And yeah, this is the scene where you can see, oh shoot, for one he's caught, for one she's caught, and for one, like, now you've got this, what do I do? Do I pick the family? Do I pick her? Do I try to continue to play both sides? What do I do? And this is the scene that projects this movie way faster, way forward, and to some crazy territory, where you finally get like that climax, that downhill where you're up at the top, you got your peak, you're gonna come down slowly with some action and some emotion to bring the story to a close. This is the standout moment of this film. All right, guys, my 3 questions that I ask every video: would I watch it again? Would I recommend it? And is it going to be better on streaming or in theaters? Now, if you've seen my TikTok before this video was up, obviously you know my feelings on streaming or theaters, but we'll get to that. Would I watch it again? I think I'm probably ending up going to watch it again. Not saying that I don't want to, but I feel like this is a very good film where you can watch it one time and be set. Now, I'm probably going to watch it again because I'm either going to watch it with my girlfriend or with my sister or something like that, like the women in my life who will enjoy this film. Because men, we don't really like films like this. Now, I do. Like, there are men out there who like these films, and I enjoyed this film. But I want to say like a half, maybe a majority, maybe even a little bit less than a majority. I don't know. This isn't for them. This is for the women, the book readers, and things like that. But if you haven't seen it, I would definitely recommend it. But I think this movie is a one and done. You don't need to watch it again after this. It's not like going to be, oh, this was my favorite film that I'm going to watch all the time. No, it's not like that. But it is a solid film, and I definitely recommend you going and checking it out. Now, coming back to the streaming or theaters, if you were to see my TikTok, like I said, I think this film is going to do better on streaming, and I'll tell you why. I think the women and the people who have read the book have been scorned by Colleen Hoover's movies before. They go in, and they're not like the greatest films, and then they're like, okay, well, I could have just seen this in theaters, or I could have just seen this at home. And I think that's why. I think after being scorned before by her movies are very hit or miss when they come from her book adaptations. I think that's why they'll probably do better on streaming. And they don't get as much hype as they used to. When she was first making these movies, there wasn't a lot of there was a lot of hype. Everybody wanted to go see him. Like It Ends With Us got a huge amount of hype. Like when I went and seen it with my girlfriend, I mean, that theater was packed. But now, like after that and the controversy, the one movie with McKenna Grace was an okay film. It wasn't like the best, but it was okay. And now that I just think that people are done going to see Colleen Hoover movies. And maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, please tell me in the comments. But I think her films are like just something that you can throw on at home and enjoy. Because it is a very home movie. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Like it is a movie that you could sit at home and get enjoyment out of it just like you would at the theater. Now, me personally, like I'll always enjoy going and watching a movie at the theaters. Like that is my thing. I've said it before in videos. The big screen, you're never going to get something that big at home. Like, you're just not. So I really enjoy just, like, the theater experience, the nice reclining chairs, watching a film on the big screen with the big speakers. Like, unless you got a lot of money, which I don't have, you're not going to get, like, the big TV and the speakers. You're going to have one or the other. So you're either going to have the speakers, you're going to have the TV. Like, I have a decent-sized TV, and I don't have the speakers. So movies, to me, going to the movies is a great time. Now, I'm not saying like not going home and watching a film is not great either, but I think going and watching this film at home is going to be more beneficial to people because it's just one of those movies you can turn on and enjoy at home rather than paying the money, the popcorn price, and everything like that at the theaters. I said a lot in that short amount of time, and I said a lot in the last 15 minutes or so that I've been talking throughout this video, but let me know down below if you're going to enjoy this film in theaters, if you're done watching Colleen Hoover movies. Make sure you check out those links, and I'll see you guys tomorrow when I watch Slanted. Peace!